This is CJ Griffin, or metal, black metal. Um, I am coming at you live today, Madden 17. Now, I'd like to say a big point about the Chicago Cubs, a sports team that you know I like very much. Well, I have always liked the Cubs, and they finally won the World Series, so I'm happy with it. Um, That's not why I'm making this video. Why I'm making this video is because, I don't know, I just like mixing it up with my three main games. Pac-Man, Battlefront, Pac-Man games, and you got Madden. So, of course I'm playing with the Broncos. Alright, so
Let's play a quick challenge with your ultimate.
not do not doing that. Alright. Wait a minute. Let me just go back. Now what I want to do here is do the field goals and punts. The field goals are going to be the same, and this is my settings. I try and make everything sort of well, I wouldn't say different, but sort of like, okay, at least everything is gonna be fun. Alright, so I'm not gonna play the Raiders. I do want to play a team that I haven't played before in Ultimate. In this, I beat the Vikings. I beat the Eagles. Beat the Falcons. I don't know. I beat the Panther. Oh, I beat the Patriots too. Can't forget about them. Why don't I just do random team? Yeah, not the Saints. Seattle, that's gonna be a good game, but Seattle, why don't I do Seattle? See my skill levels rookie, who cares? And of course, always, I have to receive. Alright, so in the settings, the game is gonna be 4 minutes. It's not gonna be Super Bowl. It's gonna be an exhibition game. It's gonna be 4 minutes. And here we are. Marcus versus the Seahawks. I'm predicting it might not be a blowout, but it might be a blowout. The reason I
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's game, we have a matchup of two of the best linebackers in the league, also a Super Bowl 48 rematch. It's Bobby Wagner going up against Brandon Marshall. So let's get you out to Denver for the call of our game. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the picturesque city of Denver, Colorado. Straight ahead, a rematch of Super Bowl 48, and it should be a good one between the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. Here we go in a rematch of Super Bowl 48. The Seahawks and Broncos are underway. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
Now the fourth-year man from Texas A&M, Christian Michael. He lost two there, and it's third down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
On third down, Wilson. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Here come the Denver Broncos. They sit at 6-2 through the first half of the NFL season. And their quarterback, Trevor Siemian, no touchdowns and an interception in Week 8. But overall, 8-4 so far this year in those two categories.
He's a guy that, let's just be perfectly honest about it, no one expected him to be the starting quarterback in Denver, right? We thought at the beginning of the year Mark Sanchez was going to take that role and then give way to Paxton Lynch. Trevor Siemian was an afterthought. What he is doing in this season, I give him an A+ for everything that he's done, and has seized that position in a big way and understands, takes care of the ball, our defense will take care of us.
Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up fourth. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. The offense got the ball in a good spot, but they went nowhere. They settled for 3.
Brandon, I think it's safe to say that was a major disappointment. Had a great opportunity, excellent field position, and did not be able to move the ball at all. Big-time letdown.
And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good start. Now Wilson on first down. And that's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up second down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds?
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Broncos coming hard, and it's blocked. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about. Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
C.J. Anderson. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, 49 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Offense still needing 10 yards, 2nd down. They go play fake to Michael. Now Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another team. And no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Not only does it hurt, the laughter in film is going to be intense. You are going to get jumped on for not making it all the way to the end zone. And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through. They ended up tackling him for a loss.
They'll run for it with Anderson. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there. Defense likely bringing pressure here. 3rd and goal from the 2. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
So they recover the fumble in plus position, but they can't go anywhere. In fact, they go backwards, but they do get a field goal out of it.
They'll take the 3, but in a lot of ways, they feel like they let themselves down by not capitalizing, and they definitely let the defense down for getting the key turnover.
And out of bounds there on the kick. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
1 quarter in the books. 15-0 our score. Charles and I back to Denver after this. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. On 2nd down, Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
C.J. Anderson may not be a Pro Bowl runner, but he knows how to run big in big games.
Yeah, he sort of sealed the Super Bowl for them in the 4th quarter. Big game against the Patriots last year on a Monday night, but only 720 yards all told in 2015. They run again on 1st down. Anderson. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. C.J. Anderson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
right.
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Two minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back to Denver right after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this 1st half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. It's caught outright by Graham. 7 yards on the play. Graham made his return to New Orleans in Week 8. Charles, you were there. What was the reception like?
The reception was good for Jimmy Graham. He spent the entire week not talking to the New Orleans media nor the Seattle media. Wanted to be just about the game, and he came in focused and locked in. Didn't get very many opportunities to make big plays. We're all wondering if he did score a touchdown, would he, just for old time's sake, spike it over the goalpost?
Couldn't find out. Just 3 catches for 34 yards. Here's John Ryan now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. Time for us to spotlight. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They come up in an offset eye. On second down, Anderson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just out.
C.J. Anderson, and all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns, and the Broncos will extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Well, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. And they're able to ground it in there on the two-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
And out now come the Seahawks. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. But it's soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily.
Doug Baldwin, and the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 41 yards. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, you heard it, right?
Exhale.
You heard the exhale, and I'm taking that from their bench because finally...
I gotta quit this.
Before the half, they find a way to get the ball in the end zone and get some points on the board. Maybe they can use that to kickstart them for the second half.
Yeah, just to get something before going into the lockers. And now in the second half, they can just tighten.
That's what they want to do. Tighten down on everything they're doing and maybe explode at the right time.